What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable 2. Now, this is a little different, I know. There's a reason for that. So, I haven't done the museum ending, haven't done 3 endings yet, we'll do it later. But there's a reason why I loaded up the game again. It's because there's something very interesting that happens. So let's go and see what happens here. Anyone should really know. Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. That's not true. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. So I've adjusted all the game settings to their exact specifications, but who hasn't? That's what I do. Good day job. And now, the job's over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've got all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. Neither of us know what time is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. If I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in this game anyway. It won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. We're meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? Maybe that's the only information I've really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more setting we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again. If you can find me. Talk soon. So, why on earth did I let that play out? So, epilogue can happen. That was the character I was hinting at. That's a character of it itself. So, we're going to go ahead and click epilogue. And this is it. The true finale. Epilogue. This is the thing they were hinting at the very beginning of the game. So, this is it, y'all. The finale. Many, many years later. And I told my theory last episode, so. And I think it's pretty solid. Here it is. We're back after the world fucking ended. I think. Or the mind of Stanley. And then how I'm the only thing he remembers. It's supposed to be many years. And this is the world after the office. So there we go. Fire. Fire. All the chairs. Yep. It was all supposed to be the office. About. I believe it is about Stanley, the person and the character. Now the character became alive, in a sense, in Stanley's head. He became real, in a sense. The sun. Maybe if I follow it and get to it. Or find some water, because there's literally like nothing but sandy hills. So I'm gonna freaking, I don't know. It's the memory zone. Again. The hell is that? Oh, it's gonna be something like really fucked up, isn't it? Like a tombstone or something? What is this? It's the escape pod? The bucket! I got the bucket! Hey, bucket. You're back. I didn't even know you were here. We're going to be just fine, bucket. Maybe the narrator has finally remembered us. It's Cloud, okay. Stanley Parable 2. Now, like, this is where like the game gets actually really sad in my eyes. like the implications it hints at. Here it is. There it is. Of course, they're not real reviews, but to what it hints at is very sad. It might be hinting at depression, I think.
Jim.
I think it's hinting at depression. Or, like, it's very much implying depression. Like, he feels like a failure. Like, everything he did in his life meant nothing. And he went away. Like, he's not him anymore. The narrator. Or Stanley. And of course, the story might be an allegory for Kevin Brightly's life, because I think a lot of it is just that. There's the two doors. I think some of it was based off of the narrator's actor's real life. Hello again. It's nice to see you. It's been terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the Deluxe said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run the franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. If people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistakes. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. We're Disney! When they got Star Wars. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. We need to change the number of the game's title, and we really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Okay, Lord of the 427. There we go. The Stanley Parable 3, Lord of the 427. Like that. Stanley Parable 3, Lord of the 427. That's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll have the number sequel by 1, then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way the Stanley Parable will never end. Nothing in the game itself will change to do either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. We'll just the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Shall we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say in it as well. I understand. Sometimes we're not ready to move on. That's fine. If you ever change your mind and want to start inventing new sequels, come talk to me. I'll be right here. Oh. Does this mean we have to do it all over again? Oh, shit. I should have said yes. Okay. But that's what I think the game was implying. Was, depression. Like, what it all was about. I guess I can, if I do it again, I can just talk about it more. And you can get a real concept of it. I probably should have just said yes and gone with it, because that's, I think, what I was supposed to do. But, that's kind of what it's implying. Is that I think a lot of this game is actually inspired by Kevin Brightly's life. Kevin Brightning's life. A lot of it. The way it's written is like too real. There's too much that a lot of what the third game is about. So I think it's more it was commentary. I think the sequel is more commentary than it was than the first. The first one was living about in the game world and just having fun. This one's, I think, actually more personal. That's why it feels different. It's more about personal people and their experiences they've been going through, thoughts. Like the memory zone is the Stanley Parable. it is the Stanley Parable and how what they remember about it, and maybe what Kevin Brightening thought too. But what happens here might be what he really feels. How the guy might be feeling now. He may not feel well about it. Because there's actually even hints that there's like some like general depression problems going on. Because at one point, because notice how the guy in the settings was talking. There's actually a line that could be very like scary and might be real. Like the game could be a call for help, and I'm a little worried that it is. I know that's like really weird to say, if the game's a call for help, but there's hints at it that it could have been, because there's a point in the game where when you're going through everything, and choosing the settings and all that, there's a point where it says, "Will you come back and visit me?" And if you say yes, and you can say yes, and it says "Help me." And this yes or no, and I chose yes. You know, the way I think it's acting is like I'm starting to wonder if there's some darker meanings to this game. There's some more very, very dark meanings. Like this. I think this is playing into that. It's all about like their fears and worries about the game. So I think the game's there's more commentary about. As the first game, it was more like a fun, just commentary on, whatever. But this one's more personal. Like, you can feel the heart and spirit about it, but you can feel it's probably... They definitely changed the way the narrator was in the sequel. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but there's differences how he was in the first and second game. Just kind of changed the way he is. So I think there's like there could be some hints that the directors could use some help, or the writers or whatever. There's hints that might be some amount of problems really happening in the real world. It's not like confirmed, but the reason I say that is because ever since what's this? Yeah. Into the correct time. It's pretty close to what it actually is right now. But this is what I mean. I believe there's something else. Like this game is... There it is. Lord of the 42-7. Like, it just feels like... There was this game a few years back.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Two games that
Stanley
Markiplier
worked
played.
for a company in a big building where he was
I can't remember what it
employee
was,
number
but
427.
there's two games Markiplier played. It was called Game of Liberty.
Was simple.
You could find the videos, but there was some...
And he
I don't remember what the game was about, but the game got very creepy and very dark. It was weird. It was a weird game. You can find them. There's... You can find them, but...
This is what employee 427 did.
Main guy passed away. The real guy, the developer, passed away, and the game was a call for help. And I'm a little worried that this is what the game is. This game is, and it's very cleverly disguised as a sequel. I think there's something to it, because the whole game is about deception, pretty much, right? It's also a little bit about deception,
because
it's called the Parable
something that
3,
would
the
forever
Lord of the
change
42-7.
Stanley. Something he
how
would
it was
never
it was
quite
called
forget.
Ultra Deluxe, and where in reality
He
it
had
was
been
called
at his
Stanley
desk for
Parable
nearly
2.
an hour when he realized that not
And how
one
it's kind of
single
making
order
jokes about
had
that. I
arrived
think there's
on the
more to this
monitor
game
for
than
him to follow.
what
No
we
one
first
had showed
see.
up to
I
give
could be
him
overthinking it, maybe it's not, but
call a
I
meeting,
would
or even say hi. Never in
just
all his years at the
make
company
sure.
had this happened.
Because there's
This
very like
complete
dark
isolation.
themes they put.
Something
This
was
one
very
put darker
clearly
themes. There's
wrong.
signs of
Shocked,
depression, like in that
frozen solid,
ending. That
Stanley found
they
himself
put hints of
unable to
mental
move
illness.
for
There's
the
even
longest time.
like this setting right here. Content warnings. That's something we should be worrying about.
But as he came to his wits
There's
and
something
regained his senses,
that wasn't in the
he
first
got up
game.
from his
The
desk
first game never
and
really
stepped out
mentioned
of
that
his-
mental.
all of his coworkers
Really
were
ever
gone.
mentioned mental
What
illness,
could it
and this
mean?
one is implying it.
Stanley decided to go to
There
the
might
meeting
be
room.
something
Not
to
everyone
it.
is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
You know, just I think there's something to it. Because the game doesn't feel like what the first one was, right? It does feel different, but in a different way. It doesn't feel different, like,
Hello,
oh, there's just some new
and
stuff.
Thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Just this,
As
I
you
mean,
may
the
know,
way
the
they present
Stanley
this
Parable
and
was a
all the
video
jokes they
game released
make.
in 2013 on home computers.
It's all commentary.
After receiving
all
critical and
commentary. I believe it's all
commercial
commentary
success,
about
it was
Kevin
expanded
Brightly's
upon in
life.
2022 with the Stanley
Or at least
Parable
their,
Ultra Deluxe.
I think it's all
reimagining of the
commentary
game for
about
consoles
what they've been
and home
through since the
computers.
Stanley Parable 1.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures
So-
await in the Stanley Parable Ultra
I mean, it's all
Deluxe.
jokes, but in reality, they're probably
Oh, well,
saying
this
something
sounds
else.
delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yes. So I love this
Wait,
game, but
Stanley, I've just now realized that bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel.
I know.
How did you get your hands on it?
How do you want to know?
Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all.
Like I said, I think there's some darker themes they're
Hold
implying
on.
a lot of the
Did I
time.
already show you my ideas for the sequel?
Yep.
I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of
Yep.
order. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle. The infinite hole, the giant door. Did you see them already?
Yeah,
Stanley,
giant door.
None of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they
Kinda.
fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be?
Yes.
Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game? Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes, you carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable! Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, 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 I win.
I love that. Like I said, just
All of his
I think, like I said, there's
gone.
more like
What could it mean?
darker themes. Like I had this time. I
Stanley
don't
decided
think
to
the
go to
narrator is the
meeting.
same
It takes
narrator
a lot
we
of
had in the
humility
first
to
game.
carry a bucket so
I do think it's Kevin Brightly this
Stanley
time
checked
talking.
his ego and then proceeded
There we go, yeah.
onward.
Let's go to the expo. But like I said, I'm more sure it's Kevin Brightly this time who's talking, not the narrator. There's two. There's parallels. I'm pretty damn sure there's parallels. And if there's not, then damn.
You see, Stanley,
I
I've
was
been reflecting on
thinking
the
too hard.
Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
Right.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
I think.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel.
Now this
An
does make me
entirely
wonder.
new experience. Built
I know
from
the
the
game called
ground up.
Stanley
Why
Parable
so many
2?
possibilities? It could go in so many different directions.
But I wonder
This
if it's
is
just a
what
demo
fans
of what
have
the sequel's
truly
gonna
been
be.
asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly
No, I think
the
actually
Stanley
this is the
Parable
actual
2
sequel.
is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh, here, I wonder.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm
Okay, well, I chose
undecided on Get Well
blue last
Someday
time.
and Happy
If I
12th
choose white
Birthday.
this time, is
Which
it gonna...
would you go
Okay,
with?
well, I chose blue last time. I'm just say white.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Okay.
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
All right, you fucking asshole. That's the one I wanted
Actually,
from her first.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've
Oh,
made my
there's
decision.
the trophy.
We're moving on.
Actually, let's see the Stanley Parable in the bucket. Let's see what happens. Out of order. You've been here already. Ooh, that's creepy. Infinite hole. Well, we know it's only mostly infinite hole. The jump circle, we're out of jumping jumps. Here's the epilogue. Oh no, that isn't the epilogue. That's whatever. Single champion. Can we get this time? Because I actually got the trophy. Fuck you, game. I got the trophy. At least I think I got the trophy on PS5. Alrighty. Let's go to the bucket. Go to the bucket. Here we go. We're gonna have two of them.
Wait, there are 2 buckets here?
Yeah.
How did you get a second bucket?
'Cause I've been
oh,
here before.
No. The warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great,
Right.
so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Yeah. Oh God.
Stanley! Oh, thank God. I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much.
Apparently.
I had to destroy both of them.
No.
I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the
No.
risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
I lost the bucket. After so many episodes, we lost it. What about epilogue? What happens when we go there? That's the gym button, right? There's the gym button. Where's the epilogue? That's what the thing I really want to see, because I think we're playing it now. Is that even a thing anymore? Is that... Let's see if it's even a thing anymore.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't
It
you
is.
think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there.
It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Okay. Epilogue. Okay. It says the epilogue is like right over here. There it is.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
Yeah.
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Well, we're right at the end. Alright, let's go in and get that trophy. Finally, huh? Let's finally get that damn trophy we have been so desperately wanting. I think this might be the end.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it,
Test
the
trophy,
trophy will
please
be
ignore
given.
trophy earned.
As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the trophy?
Yep.
Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do
I know.
anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Oh, God. Composure. Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended.
Yeah.
It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
I think that's everything I
Ready
wanted
to
to
move
see.
on now?
So how do I know this is the ending? Or this is the real end of the game? You'll see in a second.
So, Stanley, what do you think?
Or
do you
why I'm gonna
like
consider
all
this
of the
the
new
end.
features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Let's see it. What the hell is that?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right?
Not
It's
really,
sort
no.
of- Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags. But they don't
There's
add
still
up to
marines in
anything.
right. There's still marines.
I wanted more
I need
than
those.
anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
There it is. And that right there, I believe, is the end. There is a couple endings I wanted to do. I did pretty much the main endings we can do. The museum ending, you can look it up. I don't know if I'll make another episode, or if I'll connect this. Because that's kind of the end of the game to me. Like, that's it. And as well, Entity Climatic, I don't believe there's anything else. I want to check, actually. Double check if there's anything. Here, let me double check if that's everything. Yep, there's all the new balloons.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace.
Wait, it's singing content again.
Protective, yet delicate. assertive, yet compassionate.
I guess it's just gonna repeat. Maybe this isn't the ending. Unless it repeats itself too, and it's just like never ending.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing.
Okay, yeah, he's just gonna repeat himself. So, like I said, I believe that is the main ending to the game.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I believe that was the ending to this
Stanley
game.
decided to go to
There
the
isn't a
meeting
real
room.
ending
Perhaps he
to
had
the
simply
Stanley
missed it.
Parable.
Stanley's bucket, the only co-worker he would ever truly need.
So, I
Stanley
think as the
clutched
final
bucket
time,
tightly to his chest and
this is
entered
where
the
we're going to
door
end this
left.
episode. So, like I said, I don't know if that was the real ending to this game. I think that's like how it all ends. So I guess we can just quit this menu. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. And that was it for the Stanley Parable 2. Basically, when it restarts and it says Stanley Parable 2 is the definitive ending to the game, in my eyes. So, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for not doing the museum ending and the heaven ending. You can look those up later. I wanted to do just the new stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow will be The Walking Dead. We'll be right back to The Walking Dead, and I'll see y'all then. Bye-bye.